who were their top performers. Because 9 times out of 10, the top performers will use any bit of leverage, any new tool that can make them better and help them sell more, or help them do their job better, or help them deliver more value to their customers, and just really kind of are laser focused on the customer. So when you can adopt those guys and get those people as champions to, use your product or your service that you're trying to implement as a sales aid tool for that team, that resonates really quite powerfully with the existing team that are there. So like, oh, look at Michelle, she's nailing it again. Oh, she's done like this new finance thing. 4 of her 5 customers have done it this month so far. I got to get a piece of that. Why am I should be using that. And then they'll go and speak to them. So in the business world, there are these cultural carriers, and they'll be found in different places for projects and things like that. You can see in functions who cultural carriers are, who are displaying the outcomes, the desired outcomes that we want everybody to have. And it can be done overtly. Here's Tom. He's doing X, Y, Z. This is what we want everybody to be like. Sometimes that doesn't work. Resentment can be built. He can be undermined. He might not be comfortable being put in the spotlight, or you can just, more subtly. But it's something to be encouraged, cultural carriers, as long as they're carrying the right kind of culture, and it's how you try and promote that. And look, it's a natural thing as well, isn't it? I'm not sure that it can be really taught to be a cultural leader, to really kind of naturally display these kind of things. Everybody can buy into the culture and be a believer and go in that direction and display those kind of behaviors. Absolutely. But the leaders that you want to be able to kind of lean on, within the tapestry of the business, they're there. They are there. So it's about just identifying them and trying to include them in a way that is beneficial for all, really.
Yeah, they say leaders are the first followers, and those are the people you're probably referring to there. They set the standards because they're following what to do and think, how do we make this better?
This is it. I remember, I was never tall at any sport I've ever done, apart from boxing. I used to fight little chubby chaps, and I was a little bit taller. But I'm by no stretch a tall person at all. So Gaelic football, hurling, rugby, always the smallest guy on the pitch. But in rugby, my favorite part of the game was tackling. I just loved tackling. I just loved knocking big guys down, and that's about technique and timing and bit of bravery. Probably put my head in a few places I probably shouldn't have over the years, but I would go and seek out people and ask their advice and learn from people you observe that are leaders in that, or good in that, or whatever. So I knew I was doing something right when I played a lot of my rugby at scrum half. I was one of the lippy gobby ones. I'm sure you won't believe that, but
we'll say nothing.
It's been said I was nicer to play with than play against, so that's the ultimate compliment, I think. But yeah, the litmus test was, a big flanker, number 8, would come running at you, and you tackle him and put him down. The next time he came running at you, that he'd offload the ball before you met him with a tackle. That was my litmus tests. Yeah, I think you're right. We do learn from people and leaders in a sports sense. I think absolutely we can do that in the business world as well. Just need to look for it, I think, a little bit differently.